Bye-bye.
Adios.
Come back, man. Come back. Come back. Give me the paper again. Count one will be 10,000.
Are you serious?
I am serious. Adios.
Then gave him the finger.
Come back again. Did you say? Did you say that?
Yes, sir. I did.
Oh, you did say that?
I'm not
I
gonna
find you in
lie.
direct criminal contempt. 30 days in the county jail.
I mean, yeah, like, listen, there is part of me that's conflicted about this, to be perfectly honest, because, you know, it should be based on the crime, but at the same time, your attitude always lends into those things. Your attitude always lends in, even if it was like a jury, you know? That's why some people don't want to take the stand themselves.
And I don't know who he is, but whoever can sit here at a tragic moment like this and laugh and smile when somebody has lost a family member. I mean, the entire time that Mr. Zucker's sister was speaking, that clown, and that's what I'm going to call him, a clown, was sitting there smiling and laughing. And you can go too, because if you don't know how to act, you can go to jail.
I've actually seen this one like just on my own personal time on YouTube, and it's like she was like laughing while somebody delivered like a victim impact statement or something.
So leave. Anybody that can sit there and laugh and smirk when somebody, take her, she's going in the back. She's going in the back. Anybody else want to go? You can go too.
Imagine, yeah, go to, I think she probably only went to jail for like a day, but still, go, sit in there and think about what you did. It's like when you're a kid and you gotta like put your nose in the corner. I'm like, go sit in that cell and think about what you did, okay? Maybe reflect, because that's so inappropriate.
I need to learn to behave myself.
My brother's fiance went off on my mom in front of me and my sister when he was 45 minutes late to the rehearsal due to his best man's car tire blowing out. Where's your a-hole of a son? Dude should never showed up for the wedding. Not only a bridezilla, but a total, utter sociopath. Her life was completely fabricated, and her parents, who didn't show up for the wedding, called my mom to tell her the truth about it the day after. She had a rap sheet a mile long and a prison record, but my brother, who just wanted to believe that people can change, stuck it up for 7 years. Don't do that. Don't ever do that.
I mean, they said it best. Don't do that. Don't ever do that. Ever. 7 years, to stick it out for 7 years is a long time. To like really just be trying to get through it, you know.
Just this statement alone had a lot of red flags.
Yeah.
So to think of all the red flags that you must have seen over that 7-year period.
Yeah, the prison record.
Still wanted to marry this person?
Set me over the edge there.
My God.
Desperate much?
Got you on video. That's fine.
Your Honor, I
Officers
had
can arrest you
no
for this.
intention on skipping out on the lease.
Just a second. Whether you did or not, she was whole.
It's my house.
She doesn't understand that. She doesn't understand that. She's not getting 1 cent from you, not a penny. And if the hole has to be fixed, let her fix it. She's got to learn to control that temper. She had no right. You understand that.
And that's the truth. We stand Judge Judy over here on Top 10 Central.
It would be like Mr. Schlesinger, if you paid your $2,000 rent on October 1st, on October 28th, Mr. Schlesinger came and busted in through your front door. You said, you can't do that.
Yeah.
I paid my rent through the end of this month. You have no right to bust in the front door of my house. This belongs to me until the end of the month.
But like, yeah, oh my God, man, landlords are crazy. Landlords are crazy. Especially living in like a city like Toronto. Holy smokes, they're wild. They want you to bend over backwards for them, and then they want to do nothing for you. It's just wild.
Did you say something? Sorry, can I have a tissue? I'm allergic.
Oh.
Oh, John. Goodbye, John.
See you later.
Off you go.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so this is clearly like the British Judge Judy.
Bye.
No, out you go. Really? I've been called a lot worse by a lot better than you.
I can't, man.
What a chump.
I don't understand why, of all the people to be rude to, why on earth? Why on earth? Don't know why it's gonna be the judge. Just seems like a bad decision, personally. I don't know.
Searching for a photographer for my wedding. Here are my requirements. Must be willing to do the job for free. Must have at least 8 years of experience. Must be at the wedding all the time, no breaks. Bring your own food and drinks. Like, who's gonna do this? Who is going to do this? If I have 8 years of experience, there's no way I'm doing a job for free. Let me tell you that. I've built my resume with 8 years of experience, so you can shove that up your butt. No breaks, illegal. Bring your own food and drinks, absolutely not. I'm eating the food they provide and the free bar. It's happening.
There's no way I'm going to try this case. I have 8 further proceedings, or I have to see you for 1 further step. Set for the review next week.
Watch
His
again
lawyer's face.
as Webb literally spit on the judge. But this incident is far from the last time Bass Webb will spit in the face of the law.
Oh, wow, that really cut off on a cliffhanger. His lawyer's face though, he just turned and he's like, how am I? Help me help you, man. Please, please help me help you. That's crazy. And that's like, that's a whole separate charge now.
I was at the wedding of an ex-boyfriend several years ago, and he had planned and practiced singing, that should say singing, I think, a Frank Sinatra song to his new wife. He went up and took the mic and, with the band backing him up, began singing the song. Cute. His new wife suddenly stomped across the dance floor and up on the stage, grabbed the mic from him and said, "I hate that effing song and I don't want to hear it." They were divorced about a year later.
Why they weren't divorced about a minute later, I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not surprised by the outcome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that coming.
Like, even if it wasn't your favorite song, let it happen. Enjoy, yeah. Appreciate the effort and how sweet that is, and then in your head be like, I hate this effing song. Who cares?
Man, ungrateful, honestly.
Honestly, I'll marry these men for you. Rude. Just all of them. I'll be a great wife to all of you.
I'm a single mother with nobody that loves me or my child. What you cheering for?
I'm not.
No, you were. He is over here breaking down because he loves this child so much. I sit here day after day after day with women hoping a man would drive 16 miles to see their baby, much less 160 miles each way, and abide by a court order and sign a birth certificate and come day after day and week after week so they can grow visitation to have a relationship with the child. And you have no compassion for not just him.
I mean, makes sense when she says it like that. Makes sense. I mean, that's so true. That is so true. I don't know, again, I don't know what the rest of the situation is like, but makes sense when you say it like that.
What's happening? Oh my god, oh my god.
Let me just fix this one flower. Oh, God. What are you doing?
Holy.
No! Stop! Why are you doing your hair?
Oh my god.
Why did I cut my hair? Why did you let me cut my hair? Okay. Where? Just on the side? No.
What is going? Wow, my ears. That was so much screaming. That honestly was a scene from a horror movie. That was terrifying. There was so much yelling. There was screaming. She was acting like she was possessed by a demon. If you don't like your hair, I get it. I hated my prom hair, and I remember like trying to fix it like right before, and I was like, I just have to leave it. You know, bite the bullet. Don't cut it. Do not cut it. Who let her have a pair of scissors in her hands? It's a risky game. Anyone doing something different in place of the garter and bouquet toss? Yeah, because I think those are so tacky. Anyways, I'm thinking to do a white rose giveaway to all my single women attendees to remind them they can maintain purity during the single/engagement season. What? Yo, I'm not going to that wedding. If you do this at your wedding, I'll literally just pretend that I'm not single. If you do this, if I hear you announce that you're doing this for all the single women to be pure, I'm just gonna pretend I'm with someone. There's no way. No way I'm partaking in this nonsense.
Made one payment of $100, and you sold the horse to her for $1,500, which means she owes you $1,400.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Good. Judgment's on the counterclaim for $1,400. We're done. Thank you.
Parties are excused. You may step out.
Okay. That's so funny. What the hell? Can I watch that one again, Chris? Even I, like, listen, I don't owe anybody $1,400, and even I'm sitting here like, what in the world? Everyone was shocked. Even, especially the people who showed up because they wanted to watch Judge Judy that day. They just got to watch 30 seconds of her. That's crazy.
Wait, you want to watch this again?
Nah, it's cool. I did, but now I'm over it. I worked it out.
Sorry, sir. False alarm.
Oh, that's so funny. I love Judge Judy. Man, when I was a kid and I was sick, like in elementary school and stuff, and I was staying home sick, that's all I did was just watch Judge Judy and Judge Mathis all day, because that's what's on TV.
And Joe Brown.
And Joe Brown! Oh my god, how did I forget Judge Joe Brown?
To secure your spot in our wedding party, the following things will be required. A promise to host a party at a venue other than someone's house. Your wedding gift must be cash/check of at least $500. You must buy me or blank, depending on which side you're on, day of gift of at least $100. You must attend every shower/party we have and will be required to purchase a gift for each one, value of $50. You will sign a contract that holds you legally responsible for meeting all of our requirements and says that if you do not, you will legally be held responsible to reimburse us for the time we wasted. Okay, I'm not going to this wedding. I'll tell you that. Like, who reads this and is like, ooh, I want to secure my spot in this wedding party? I would cut off a friendship with someone who sends me this nonsense.
I was a maid of honor and her best friend and roommate, but since I'm ugly, she wouldn't let me be in any pictures.
Excuse me? Who decides if you're ugly?
What?
What do you mean? That's crazy. You were maid of honor too. Maid of honor. And it's like, too ugly. Excuse me?
But how do you have to like choose this person to be your maid of honor?
That's
so
just
how do you
insane.
choose this person and then decide, but you can't be in any of the pictures? What?
Put a bag on your face.
You can be my maid of honor. I feel like my sisters would be very bothered by that. But that's okay. I need you to make a custom centerpiece for each of the 20 tables. If each one could be a separate Disney villain, I would die. And oh, could you also do a cake topper? It's next week, but we finalize blah blah blah. Actually, each wood carving takes approximately 3 to 5 hours of work. Painting takes another hour depending on detail. I could probably manage a cake topper, but definitely don't have time to make 20 centerpieces. I'm sorry. You're kidding. This is such short notice. What are we going to do? Then the person wrote, am I missing something? You just asked me now, a week before the wedding. I had no idea you were planning on using my art. Then the person, the bride, is going off being like, I'm stressed, I'm the bride. They said, God, you clearly don't understand the stress and pain that it takes to plan a wedding, do you? No, but I also think you should have asked me way in advance. Okay, good. So they uninvited them in the end. Great. Worst coworker ever, uninvited. Worst bride ever. You can't actually ask someone to do that a week before your wedding. For every table at your wedding, carve a centerpiece. Are you insane? You do it if it's so easy.
What?
Can I just say he admitted to us that he was intoxicated?
I don't care if he's intoxicated or not. What were you cursing at him for? What were you cursing at him for? Your best friend tells me you were cursing at him from the car. Were you intoxicated?
We were being dumb, and then he confronts two tiny women in front of the house while him, and it wasn't 3, it was like 5 or 6 of his friends.
Were you cursing at 5 or 6 of his friends for, you idiot?
Because they're losers.
Do you get it? Do you get it? They're manipulative. She's a problem. Your dog.
Yikes. I want to know more. I need to go home and watch some Judge Judy today. I need to know what's going on in these. Again, like, why does everybody give the judge attitude? I guess you kind of have to on like these shows like Judge Judy and Joe Brown and stuff, because, you know, it's a TV show, and I think that's why people go on there. It's like the Maury of courtrooms.
I met this woman once at a wedding where we were both bridesmaids. Apparently the bride told her my gift was generous, so she wanted me to be her bridesmaid too to cash in. That's a hard pass. I'm wondering now why her other bridesmaids dropped out. So literally, like, this person has no interest in standing in your wedding. They literally said, I'm not trying to be rude, I figured you'd ask one of your sisters or cousins. We've only met once at a wedding. So you asked this person to be a bridesmaid in your wedding because their gift at the wedding you saw them at was generous? That's weird. Like, that is so creepy in a sense. Like, I don't know you. Why would I stand in your wedding? Friday and Saturday, June 18th and 19th, we will be posting hosting our wedding ceremony and reception. Please do not camp here. We have an entire guest list arriving for the weekend to celebrate, so if you decide to anyways, we will set up around you and do it anyway. Make sure you have a gift and a dish for the barbecue. Can you zoom in a little more for the last part? What is this nonsense? P.S. This will be a loud music late night type of wedding, so if you're here, expect that. There will be 50 of us. Thanks for understanding. Okay. That was so hard to read, number one, but if you rented it, different story, but if you're just like trying to claim that as your own and being like, we're showing up here for my wedding, so don't camp here, I don't think that's how it works. But hey, if you were camping there, you would just get to basically wedding crash. Do you want to expand your skills in a new and fun field, meanwhile gaining valuable experience? I know where this is going. They're basically asking for flowers for free. I have one in a lifetime opportunity for you to work for these amazing solo wood flowers. I'm looking for someone to make some beautiful bouquets for my wedding. I will provide all of the supplies and you provide your skills. This is solely for you to expand your skills and gain valuable experience. Okay, I'm not able to provide any additional compensation. Yeah. I don't think you got contacted by anyone. That's gonna be a hard pass for me. I'm exhausted, I'm bone tired, my heart is not the same, it's cold, fragmented, empty. I need to get away from this awful society. How hard would it have been to effing donate, friends? Do I matter to you? Just effing give me money for my wedding. I won't even sugarcoat. I won't even pretend that's not what I wanted. It was for a dream. I was stabbed, cheated on, and worked. Goodbye, see you in 2 months. Friendly reminder to you blank. Don't think you own me, I am cutting all of you snakes off. I am living my life alone. Okay, this is just stressful. I've never actually been to a wedding that was like cash only. I feel like that's so tacky. Ladies, I'm one of those crazy people getting married during a health pandemic. Whether you agree with it or not, that's not the point. I'm looking for a DJ for my wedding. My budget is small-ish, and I've already spent most of it on my dress, dream shoes, decor. Yes, I'm that girl. Oh God, don't try to justify it. All right, so basically they are looking, DJs looking for work. This is what it is, location. I have a good mix. I'm looking for a steal of a deal. Payment, which is nothing. So what's in it for the DJ? Free publicity. Great, I'm a town clerk. Cool, all right, we don't need to read the rest. So basically, yeah, wants to hire a DJ for free publicity because they're a town clerk. That's gonna be a hard no.
So who is that guy? Who is that guy that you met? Which guy? Are you whining us? He's just a friend. And you're kissing his.
Oh my God. That's so embarrassing for him. Yeah.
What about me?
I'm just wondering why the ex was at the wedding.
Right?
I'm sorry, but what is the ex doing there? I'm confused. How do you kiss an ex on wedding day? Why is your ex anywhere near you on your wedding day?
And it kind of takes 2 people to do that. Like, why of all days?
The ex wants to show up.
Couldn't you have at least gotten that out of your system the day before? Like,
maybe when you were dating?
That's an idea.
So with my wedding, were you still coming? Because I was thinking maybe you shouldn't. But you cried today just because some lady had a baby is just a bit dramatic and lots of people don't know yet because apparently you aren't ready to tell people. I think if you don't tell people, you shouldn't come. Like, I'm trying to be as nice about this as I can, but everyone will be asking why you aren't pregnant and I don't want them distracted from making me feel special. So the person wrote back, okay, I need a minute to process what the F you just said to me. So let me get this straight. You don't want me at your wedding because the fact that my baby effing died might ruin your day. Yeah, that's a bad one. Like what? What? What the f?
It takes a special kind of person to do something like that.
This person would not be in my life. Like, I wouldn't be at their wedding day and they just would not be in my life after this conversation.
That is selfishness at its finest.
That's terrible.
What?
That's terrible.
You are a horrible person.
Absolutely. Like, not even a good friend, but like not even a decent human.
Just no. Bad. Bad all around.
So one of my good friends is 5'10", we will call her Elle, and my cousin and her cousin is getting married. Now said cousin is 5'11" and apparently has some height issue. She starts by telling my friend and her other 7 bridesmaids that no one can be taller than her and she'll be wearing 2-inch heels, so prepare appropriately. That's fine, Elle. Decides she'll wear flats. Okay, we're gonna fast forward. This is all about height. Bride goes into a rant about how it's her day and her version of this small request to freaking get over it. I'm skipped to the very bottom. As of yesterday, this is all about height and who can be taller. As of yesterday, she told Elle and short bridesmaid that they were ruining her day and that one of them had to drop out of the wedding party and that she would let them decide which one of them were a real friend to her and which one of them was a fake friend. Honestly, I'm so happy I didn't read that whole paragraph because this is the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard in my entire life. I cannot imagine being like, no one can be taller than me, here's my height, there's my heels, you have to wear flats because you can't be taller than me. Is height really that important? We weren't allowed to talk directly to the bride. Her mom and maid of honor were the only ones allowed to. What?
What's the point of going to the wedding then?
Tell the bride congratulations, even though I see her right there.
Going to that wedding would literally be like the same thing as going to watch a movie.
Yep.
Like you can't talk to the actor.
That's the worst. And you're giving them an envelope of money or a gift.
You're buying a gift for someone you can't talk to. What?
That's crazy. That is the definition of entitled. So apparently they had to sign a contract vowing to these things. We wouldn't get any fake tans because no one was allowed to be more tan than she was. Also, no tan lines allowed. No false lashes. Her lashes had to be the longest. No teeth whitening done. Her smile was to shine the brightest. $400 bridesmaid dress and $100 shoes plus $250 rented jewelry we had to buy on our own despite the fact her family was loaded and I was so broke. That's, first of all, I'm not going out to anyone's wedding without a spray tan, I'll tell you that right now. I am not going to a wedding without a spray tan. You're crazy. That's crazy.
But what happens if you're already more tan than she is?
Or what if your teeth are just naturally more white? What are you gonna do? Not have me in your wedding? You crazy?
And the quota to meet for your dress and your shoes.
I couldn't afford that life.
$250 worth of jewelry. What kind of metal detector are you trying to set off?
Literally.
That's a lot of jewelry.
Both parents are fit and proper persons to have custody of the minor child. I'm awarding joint custody.
Just say, I can't do this. This is a disgrace. What you guys are doing, you need to neglect your son.
I mean, I don't know any of the intricacies, so I can't comment on anything, because maybe she's right. Who knows? I mean, I don't think you should just get up and yell at the judge. It usually doesn't work out well. But, you know, when you're talking about your kid, assuming that's the joint custody.
Went to a wedding that was a dry wedding only. Okay, ew, that freaking sucks.
Nope.
She refused to let anyone bring alcohol and the wedding was in the middle of nowhere. The wedding was several hours before the reception. There was absolutely nothing to do. There was no entertainment, no food, no drinks. We had to wait 4 hours plus for them. Then the bridal party shows up and they had alcohol for themselves. Our entire group left.
As you should.
Bro, no food, no alcohol, no drinks, and no entertainment? What am I doing? Am I looking at the wall?
In the middle of nowhere. Like I'm imagining like the desert or something.
Don't waste my time like that. Yeah, like let's just look at the clouds.
Yeah, what? I'm sorry. You waited 4 hours. Good on you for waiting that long.
I would have left.
I wouldn't have waited like 40 minutes.
Yeah, I'd be out. Don't waste my time. That's
a
waste.
I find out there's no food coming, I'm like, nah. I used to work at a jewelry store. This young guy, college age, came in one day looking for engagement rings. Very polite, asking good questions. You could tell he'd been considering this for some time. As I'm helping him and showing him some of the rings in his budget, she walks in wearing a t-shirt from the high school senior class from the previous year, and she comes over by him. Oh my god, were you seriously considering that ring?
Oh,
it's so ugly. Besides, it looks just like my last engagement ring. How I wish I could have told him to dump her, run for the hills, and don't look back.
Bro, she's in senior of high school and she's already been engaged before? What the heck?
What in the life choices?
Yeah, what? There's a lot wrong with this.
There's a lot to unpack.
I hope he ran for the hills on his own.
I hope so.
Be on your way. You have a long life ahead of you and you do not need her in it.
Wow. Entitled.
Forget her, man. You don't need her. You don't need that.
Please arrive 15 to 30 minutes early. Do not wear white, creamy, or ivory. Do not wear anything other than basic bob or ponytail. Please do not have a full face of makeup. Do not record during the ceremony. You spelled it wrong. Do not check in on Facebook until instructed. Use blank when posting all pictures. Do not talk to the bride at all, in caps. Everyone will toast with Remy, no acceptance. Lastly, must come with a gift of $75 or more if you want to be admitted in. What is this, a nightclub? What do you mean admitted in? Is there gonna be a bouncer at the door? If I don't show my gift receipt, this is so stupid. Do not talk to the bride at all. It's like, why am I even there to celebrate the bride if I can't talk to her? It's so stupid.
Wedding band member here had a bride flip her ish at me and my bandmates because our instruments weren't white or salmon colored to fit in with the decorations, and she was saying we would ruin the photographs even though I was playing during the reception and all the photos were already taken. A sunburst jazz bass, blue Stratocaster, and a red drum set aren't going to ruin your pictures, darling.
That's pathetic.
That's nitpicky.
If you hire a band, you'd be like, but it has to be white instruments, all white or salmon. I'd be like, okay, we'll find another band.
I mean, white you can find. Salmon? Very specific.
That's crazy. And it is not gonna ruin your pictures. No one's looking at the band. No offense to the band.
If you are in the picture, they're gonna look at you.
Absolutely. I once worked in a bakery and we had this bride freak out that her cake wasn't right and proceeded to smash it to bits with her fist. She smashed the wrong cake, like WTF. Anyways, the cops allowed her to wash her hands before placing her in handcuffs. I felt bad for the future husband and the couple that ordered that cake. People are cray cray.
Oh my gosh, Bridezilla at her finest.
Yeah, people are cray cray. Can you imagine being the person who made that cake for hours and being like, first of all, you smashed the wrong cake, so now they have to remake hers probably and the one they smashed. Rude. What a waste of cake. That pisses me off.
That wedding just did not happen. Like, you got arrested to get married.
I'm just more concerned about the waste of cake.
Well, that too.
That's rude. I would have eaten it.
Had a friend that got married to a girl that wanted an open relationship. This normally means we have stuff with other people while the other is not around. To her, this meant having another boyfriend move into the house.
Oh. We're like,
I don't think that's how that works.
I mean, yeah, like if he was on board with it, fine. But by the sounds of it, it's like she wanted that.
Yeah. I mean, great for the rent because you get to split it.
But at what cost, you know?
I think I'd rather live alone.
Right?
No one's allowed to wear heels because she didn't want anyone to tall her. No fake eyelashes again. Okay, no fake eyelashes. They had meetings twice a week for at least 3 hours each time, 6 months prior. Oh my god. Everyone in the bridal party had to recite the rundown schedule. Oh my god. Screamed at all the bridesmaids all day long behind the scenes of the wedding day. That sounds great. That sounds like a good time. The minute someone tells me 6 months prior that I have to be at these meetings, I'd be out.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
What are you having a meeting about? That's what I want to know.
That's crazy.
3 hours. For what? Oh, there's so much nitpickiness. Some people just really should not get married.
Yup. Or exist.
Throw away, throw yellow. Okay. I'm a wedding photographer and I see this all the time. Guests are forced to be in the blaring sun with no water or beverages. Brides don't think about the guest's experience. Usually by the time it's all said and done, the guests are often done after the ceremony and peace out after the meal. Honestly though, that's like kind of not surprising. I like get it because like obviously the bride and groom are like the focus, but at the same time, like I feel like my goal, if I was to have like a big wedding with like lots of people and stuff, would be for everyone to leave being like, that was a great wedding. Because like weddings can be so fun, but they can also be the absolute worst. Oh, just in the sun, no beverages. That's all I want is beverages. At a wedding, all the beverages. I've officially dropped out of the bridal party. I'm a size 12 with no plans on dropping to a size 8 by December. Just a few things to ask. I handpicked all the dresses and bridesmaids that will be there and they will all be a size 8. So if you're not a size 8, I recommend hitting the gym, no offense. What the hell? That's so weird. That's the weirdest thing. I also would drop out of the bridal party. Like regardless, even if I was like, what if somebody's like a size 6 or a size 4?
Sorry.
We only carry sizes 1, 3, and 5. Now they gotta wear a dress that's too big too? Like, it doesn't make any sense.
What reality you live in?
Not everyone is just the same size. That's weird. That's weird behavior. That's just weird. Like, why? 8 is so random too. I don't know, man. I don't even know what to say on this one. I would drop out too, just because that's a weird rule. I'd be like, who am I supporting here?
I'm recording right now. So I just want verification that the only way for me to get a refund on those 2 crispy chicken sandwiches that are not edible is for you to do a refund, which will take 3 to 5, possibly 7 to 10 business days for me to get a credit back and then for you to recharge me. So basically charging me $60 for food that's not edible instead of giving me a refund. And I am recording because this is not customer service. You too. I'm not playing. I'm sick of it. And I would like the number for the district manager because I will be reaching out to the district manager and forwarding this recording on.
It's just like, lady, that's how it's the bank. It takes time to process. It's not because we're just not giving you your money back for 3 to 5 business days. We'd give you your money right now if it meant that you would stop talking. Things just take time. Sorry, refunds take a little time. I don't know. It's not instant all the time. Us, the bridesmaids, did everything from dragging 250 chairs and setting them up, to hauling furniture down 2 flights of stairs, positioning it in other places. During the wedding, I learned that the bride and groom were trying to avoid all of the setup. Toward the end of the party, almost everyone had left, and I realized that 2 of the groomsmen were so drunk that they were going to be useless, and it would again be on the bridesmaids to clean up and put all the furniture back up the stairs. I went to tell the bride goodbye. Yeah, I can imagine. Like, I do get it as like the bridal party and stuff like that, and also like the groomsmen and all of that, like they should help with the setup and the well, I mean, should I use lightly, but like, you know, it makes sense that the bridal party helps, but like, wouldn't also, I'm so hands-on, like I would be the one who's like there making sure everything's how I want it to be. I'm not leaving things up to anyone else. I would be stressed. I would be so stressed. I want to be involved. What if I show up and the furniture isn't where I want it to be? You know? I don't know, maybe that's just me, but that is kind of rude. I'm talking 5 solid hours of crafting for the bride's decorations at her house that should have been completed months ago. The bride was also super drunk and wasn't even being gracious about it. She was literally calling us dumb bleep. I never spoke to her again after I left her wedding. Yeah, I can imagine. If, like, weddings suck. Like, well, weddings don't suck. The preparation for weddings suck. It's a lot of work, so many little dainty things to do, like, you know, it's a lot of work regardless. Even if you have a ton of money and can just buy everything, it still can be a lot of work. Just like harassing your bridesmaids while they're helping you though, and insulting them and calling them rude things, just seems unhinged. Like, there's no like, oh, she was stressed, that can like cover this behavior, you know?
Till people interrupted us. Okay, so multiple thoughts on this. One is, yeah, I mean, those people could have just walked away and let you do your thing and whatever. And I went to a university where there was a ton of people always doing dances in the hallways and stuff like that. And, you know, I always just kind of walked through and just went on my way, right? But second thing too was, you are doing this in a public place and you can't stop them from doing anything, right? If you want to rent a studio space and have that be your spot and then somebody comes in, then you have all the right in the world to get pissed off at them. But if you're doing it in a public spot, it's like you don't own this area. You know what I mean? Like you just have it right now, but they can do whatever they want. So
am I the ass for telling the bride that it is too expensive for her bridal party to spend $2,000 to $5,000 for a bachelorette plus her costs plus pay for other bridal events? No, you are not. That's insane. That's insane. I totally get, like, some people like to go lavish for their, like, parties and all of that stuff, which is, you know, fine. But I feel like if you want to spend thousands of dollars on a party, you also shouldn't expect anyone else to pay for your own costs. And like, you should keep it to just the one event. And you also shouldn't be upset when people can't afford to spend that much money. Like, that's an insane amount of money for one party. And some people can, which is fine, and they should do that. And other people can't, which is also fine, and they should not do that. The groom sent every guest a mail asking who needed babysitter at the wedding for the night. I answered that we would not need, as we will have to put our 3 children to bed at 10 or 11 p.m. He texted me angrily that it was not acceptable not to stay at least until 1 a.m. and that he would prefer me not to come rather than us leaving the dinner early. First of all, who's eating dinner till 1 a.m.? Like, no way, Jose, I'll be hungry long before then. I told him that we wouldn't come if he preferred, and he immediately canceled my room booking. What a psychopath. That's just so weird. Ew, that's so weird. Also, yeah, sorry, I don't want a stranger that you've organized looking after my children. Thanks, but no thanks. Also weird, just weird. What if I don't want to stay till 1? Now I'm suddenly a bad friend because I'm leaving at 10 or 11? No. Thank God he canceled your room booking because he also canceled that friendship.
This Karen was mad my friend parked in front of her house on a public street, so she egged it.
Can't do that.
So you admit you did something to the car?
Yes, I did, because you need to move it. You guys don't get to treat me however you want.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, okay, thank you. Like, it's just not the way to deal with it. Also, like, yeah, parking sucks. When it's a public street, it always sucks. That's it, that's all. I agree with the annoyance, but like, there's nothing you can do. You gotta pay for a parking space, I guess. My friend is having her wedding this fall, but she can't afford it, so she is trying to get her friends to work for free. After a month of begging and repeated texts, I give up and quote her that the cake she wants will be $400. I was getting her a $100 gift for her wedding, so if she doesn't want the gift, I'll charge her $300. She got upset, saying she can't afford it and she's only willing to pay $100 for it. I lost my temper and told her she doesn't deserve a nice wedding if she can't pay people what they're worth, and hung up. I mean, it's true. I have sympathy, you know, for not being able to afford all of the things that you want. I can understand that, you know, that's not the best situation to be in. But also, your misfortune doesn't have to be everyone else's misfortune as well. You know, there are other ways around it. You can also just postpone your wedding and save up. You could just not have this big fancy wedding at all.
I'll never consider that.
There are just other options other than being a bad friend, but maybe that's just me and my opinions.
Ma'am, you really need to be a little bit nicer to us. I'll tell you. Hold on.
Oh, here she comes.
Because I don't think you'll find another lawn care company that you'll be as satisfied as you are with us.
Satisfied? Who's satisfied? You made a mess.
Yeah, but we fix it. Because in case of a rock flicks you or anything like that, because that is something you had claimed last week that he had done, and we just can't have you around while we're taking care of the yard.
Fine. But if I come out here and it's messed up.
I mean, she's really acting like a Karen, isn't she?
Yeah, I would not be able to, man. Like, how do you actively now go and do her lawn and like want to do a good job? Like, I'd so badly want to mess it up. You know, and it's wrong and I shouldn't do it, but I would want to so badly mess that lady's lawn up. And I can't, because you know, like, if one hair of grass is out of order, like, she's calling it in on you. But like, damn, I could not do it. I just couldn't do it. I have to refuse. I'm not doing your lawn anymore.
I'm over there with my phone and nobody's coming. Is that pleasant?
It's that pleasant.
Yeah. I want the manager.
Wow, my guys do not care right now.
Sue you, people, make you pay big time.
How are you doing? I never understand when people are like, oh, I'm gonna sue you. Guys, they make minimum wage at Walmart. Like, what are you gonna sue them over? Like, literally, what are you gonna sue them over? I don't get it. People always throw that out as like, oh, I'm gonna get you, but like actually for what? You know, it would be really scary if you tell me what you're gonna sue me over and it's actually legit, and then I start to freak out. But when people just say like, I'm gonna sue you, like, I just lose all, like, you just lost all credibility in your argument because it's just ridiculous, you know?
Am I the for not giving my cousin Mike a +1 to my wedding because his girlfriend smells like eggs. Well, Mike just found out he's the only close family member not getting a +1. When he pressed me on the issue, I told him that she smelled. He yelled at me and called me some unpleasant things before saying if she wasn't coming, then neither was he. Yeah, I like do think that that's the move, like, cause she smells like eggs? I don't know, man. Why does she smell like eggs, first of all? But like, I don't think you should not invite somebody because they smell like eggs. And also, I understand why Mike was like a little annoyed by that, especially if he's the only close family member not getting a +1. Like, she's clearly being singled out and she probably wants to know. Also, I like don't blame people who, if they're going to a wedding and then they don't get a +1, like that's okay also. You don't have to give anybody a +1, like you don't want a bunch of randoms at your wedding, that's totally fine. But I also don't blame somebody if they don't get a +1 for not going because their spouse isn't invited. Like I also don't blame that. I can see both sides on that issue.
Karen and Kyle were upset that the new guy wasn't going fast enough at Smart and Final.
Listen, you don't know what's going on. I try to help him, not complain. I'm not complaining to him. I just try to help him, and this line going faster. And you put your mouth in some shit you don't know what you have to do. You know what? Don't do it.
Man, this is so ridiculous.
No.
You know, respect to the customer. People say
This is so ridiculous.
And you
Everyone
not.
has to wait.
You have to apologize to the lady.
No, I don't.
No.
Who are these people who think that they can come in here and tell the employers that they should fire other people just for doing their job a little bit slower? He's a new guy, he's starting out, give him some time, man. Your time right now is not more important than everybody else's in this grocery store. Just chill out.
I am sick of boys being rude to me.
That's rude. Come say it to my face. Come on. I'm serious, mate. Come say it to my face. Yeah, you can keep walking. Go on, off you go, little boy.
Oh.
Little boy with a little... Obviously got a complex, haven't you, if you want to abuse women in the street? Sorry about that. Sorry.
Right, okay, well, I don't know if, I think he just said, like to shush, you know, I don't know if he was, like, abusing women in the street. I don't want to use those, like, that's, like, pretty strong words that we're using right there. It was rude, for sure, definitely rude, but, yeah, this is just, you know, this is just people being extra, I think, just a lot. She was getting them there with the little, she didn't say it, but I think we know what she was referring to there, you know, just a small little guy.
What happened? I have to be right there. Wait.
Stop touching me! Well, you ain't getting the line. You're being ignorant. Okay? You have no manners.
Just a day in the life, man. Just a day in the life. This is just a day on the TTC, no problem. Yeah, if you ever come to Toronto or if you live in Toronto and you're like taking the subway and taking public transit, be prepared to fight for your life. It is like the wild, wild west, I swear.
Oh my.
She's been rude. Listen to her. This is how she's acting.
Report. I'm sorry. There's no way to say that.
Because you screamed at me. You asked.
Listen, I was watching you. I was watching you from the. You came up with very strong attitude right here.
I said to her, I told her I would bring it down.
I'm sorry, I was watching you.
Yeah.
That's no excuse.
So we're just yelling at each other. There's no rhyme or reason here. We're just yelling at each other, guys. I will say one thing. I understand where the initial Karen was coming from here. If she lives right there, that could be very, very loud. But at the same point, then you might need to move. You know, that's kind of like real estate. It's just like this is part of having a home right here is you're going to have this every now and again, and that's just the way that it is. I was growing up, I lived next to a firehouse. Whenever there was a fire, I'd be waking up because their alarms go off, but I'm not about to tell them, oh, quiet down, because that's just the way that it is. That's where I live. That's where their thing is, you know? Wow, get off your phone. So here's the thing though. That song to me, he had me, like I agree that she should be off her phone, but guys, he's yodeling right now and I just don't know if I want to be part of that if I'm there. Just throwing it out there, you know, if you were doing a cool like hip hop rock thing, okay, I'm with you, but you chose to yodel, man, and I don't know if I'm here for it.
My closest cousin, the closest thing I have to a sibling, has officially confirmed I won't be her maid of honor because I'm too fat for a maid of honor role. Have to lose some weight before December or no maid of honor duties for me. I shan't be attending the wedding. What is with everybody on having a weight limit for their wedding? Is that not the weirdest thing you've ever heard? It's just so strange. I just feel like there's so many other things to worry about on a wedding day and like in planning a wedding. I don't even know how your mind goes there. It's just insane. Also, like, no, I love this person. Yeah, I shan't be attending the wedding. I love it. I wouldn't either.
Waited for this spot all day, y'all. Look how beautiful it is. And then you got the beachfront. Look at this bullshit. Who does this? Like, I don't know who your family is, but there's this whole spot right here.
Okay, if there is that whole spot right there, then absolutely, that's ridiculous. They were there first. If there is that entire area just over there, nobody's there right now, I don't even understand. I don't even know why you'd want to go here. I guess if you're just so unaware and you don't even think about the people behind you, but that is a lot, man. That's a lot. That's just beach etiquette 101, dude. Come on, be better, guys. Alright, so those were some Karens. We're trying to out-Karen each other. This was a lot, man. It's like 10 in the morning. I didn't expect to be watching Karens this early, man. Everybody, just chill out, okay? That's what we gotta do. Just let's get nice and zen today. I don't want to be out carrying people. It's not a good idea. You don't want to get into it.
Came for a nice walk this morning and look what I saw. Unbelievable. These people bring this crap up here. It's totally offensive. You have little kids coming up here. I mean, what are they thinking? Have they no decency that other people might be offended by this crap? I mean, look at it. Jesus, I don't understand what people are thinking half the time. It's just unbelievable to me that someone would find this art to start with, and B, it's totally out of line. Look at that.
This lady needs to like find a hobby. Like, imagine just being really upset about like a statue on a bench. Who cares? Just walk away. Just if you don't like it, like just turn around. I don't know, problem solved. Just don't look at it. That's it, that's all. People just want to be bugged by stuff.
Because we have enough problems in this
You're
world.
sitting at a green light.
Ew! I was busy.
You pull over to the side.
Looking at a paper? You have no proof of that.
I can see through your window. You're reading a piece of paper.
I was dizzy and I got scared and said maybe the medicine's making me dizzy.
Then
So
you
I
pull
wasn't aware
over.
of my-
I'm not calling the police. You call
Give me
them.
your ID number.
I'm not giving you my ID number. I don't have to give you my ID number.
I'm going to report you.
Go right ahead. You're blocking traffic.
I don't care.
It's just like weird behavior. If the story you're like telling is true, then why are you so defensive? So you're like, no, I was doing the right safe thing. Get off my back. That's it. That's all. I don't know. Something tells me that she was just looking at a piece of paper randomly at a green light. Nice. Good time. Good time to do it.
I'd like to have I would like to have your business card.
Bag. Get over here now.
Excuse me?
Get over here now.
Excuse me? Call the cops. I didn't do. Are you crazy? I'm sitting right here. Call the cops. No, ma'am. I already cleared security. I'm sorry. I didn't do anything wrong.
Get back this way, check.
Okay, he just checked it. Let's go. No, I need security here now. You're not leaving.
What is happening right now? This is just a mess.
Please. Yep. Let's go. Oh, this is gonna be fun, Mr. Vavenko. Take it.
You belt? You belt up?
I'm recording, sir. Please do not. I didn't do anything wrong. I cleared security 10 minutes ago.
This is just a mess, guys. I think this is true to the name. You know, it's just Karens out carrying each other, just being ridiculous. And you know what? Like, now that guy, the guy who's kind of like on camera, he's gonna have a horrible day. And the guy behind the camera, you're probably not gonna make your flight. You're gonna have a horrible day. This is what happens when we out carrying each other, guys. Like, I don't know what the issue was here, but it's probably stupid. And if we all just like chilled out and like approached the situation calmly, then I guarantee this never would have happened, you know?
You're at.
Just to let you know, you are not allowed even to ride a pedal bike around here, let alone an electric bike. It disturbs the wildlife. By driving that around, you are possibly stopping birds breeding. So please don't do it.
Okay.
Also, I saw you earlier driving at an incredibly dangerous speed.
Yeah.
If I see you doing it again, I will call the police.
I'd rather you call the police because the police told me to come in here.
What?
Oh my god, why did you end it there? No. That needed so much more. Just that, what? He was about to go off. I don't know if he's a Karen, but I get the, I'm torn, okay? I agree with what he's saying, but also like, who are you? Mind your fucking business, you know what I mean? But I want the birds to have their little babies. I'm torn on this one. Oh, guys, I'm torn, help me.
I'm my restaurant right now. I'll finish my meal and then I'll. You know what? I'll do it for you, man. I'll call the cops. Heavy trespass. It'll be easier for me. It'll be easier for you to have people like you, so ignorant and disrespectful. We are ignorant. You're very ignorant and disrespectful. Have a great day and get out of my restaurant. Don't worry,
This isn't your restaurant.
Yes, it is, ma'am.
It is not.
And it is, actually, as a matter of fact, it is. I think
Wow.
it is.
Wow.
Good for him. Good for him. Like, I don't care that you're an old lady. I don't care if you're trying to finish your meal. You want to be rude, you can eat in the parking lot. Can't just say whatever you want and think that there's no consequences for it. And he wasn't even mean, he was just direct. You know what I mean? Shout out to that guy. So these two girls I know that have been friends for approximately 20 years are having I acted out the little symbol there, are having their weddings on the same day, separate locations, and two different people, by the way. Okay. Bride A is having a surprise wedding and has invited all of her friends and family over for a late 30th birthday party where she and her beloved will tie the knot in their backyard. Invitation sent with RSVP. Bride B is having a super extravagant wedding of the century and sent out the invitations for the same day as their friend, Bride A, late 30th birthday party. And yes, Bride B is in the know and actually supposed to be a surprise bridesmaid in Bride A wedding. Obviously not happening. What? Why would Bride B do that? Also, a surprise wedding? I've never heard of that before. Would you be down?
Nope.
Would you be down for that? If I thought I was going for a 30th birthday party and it turns out to be a wedding, I'd feel terribly underdressed. I would wear very different things to those events. But like, why would Bride... I'm just gonna say it, I don't think they're friends anymore. That's like worse than like, she threw a party on the same day as my party. A wedding on the same day as my wedding. Not good.
What? Did you think you were just... No! You can't get this board.
What?
You had to get it at the office. Didn't you see the sign up there that
There's
says...
a board.
Did you see the sign? No skateboarding. Trying to kill me too? You know
I'm gonna expect you to walk out.
What do you want to do? Give me another
I'm
heart
expecting
attack?
you to walk out.
Listen to me, young man. You are on school property. This is not allowed. Now, if you want this board back...
God. I mean, listen, at least she like works at the school and this is the school rule. So at least she's not just like a random lady who just hates skateboarding, because I know Karens hate skateboarding for some reason. But at the same time, you can't take people's stuff and just not give it back. Even if you're mad, it doesn't work that way.
They need to quit talking and do a little work and be a little more professional.
Completely understand. I'm down 5 people. That's what we can do at the moment. Are you kidding? There's a number. Oh my god. Yeah. What's your license plate number?
I got you, girl.
I got a non-emergency number. I'm calling for this.
That what? That I,
Yes.
I'm so sorry. I got diabetes and my blood sugar's low.
Oh, that's a good excuse, Sam.
Man, like, so annoying. People are so annoying. First of all, why are you freaking out over a McDonald's coffee? It's like $3 at the most. Also, why are you throwing a temper tantrum like you're a giant child? It's insane. And then to turn around and be like, my diabetes did it. Like, Karen, there are lots of people with diabetes who never act like that. So, what's the explanation for that, huh?
Okay, but can I finish my drink?
No, I don't believe that you are going to be having any more beverages today, miss. Now on your freaking way. Dude, whenever I have police officers or anything like that come up to me and start asking me stuff, I do not mess around. I just go with what they're saying, get out of that situation as fast as possible. If I need to go to a bar and get another drink, then I will do so, but I do not want to mess with cops when I'm doing something wrong. It's just not a good idea.
You live over there, you need to worry about your yard. Do not spray this because y'all are killing it with your whatever your concoction is. Get away from my house.
Go ahead.
Do not touch nothing else.
This is his fence.
I'm about to call the police. Sign out a month ago for them, if you guys remember. So here's the bush, and it's obviously growing on my side right here. So, and then that's what's on their side. She don't live at this house. She lives over there. I live right here. My neighbors live there. She lives over there. She came all the way across my neighbor's yard, came into my yard, was on my side when we pulled up, spraying shit on my bush. Then gonna say she has the right to spray. And she don't, because she don't conjoin with this house. She conjoins over there.
I mean, that's the truth. If your neighbor has a problem with the bush growing through the fence, then that's a neighbor problem, but not this lady. Also, with bleach, why are we just spraying things with bleach? There are other ways to do things. Let's not just spray the earth with bleach. I mean, like, it's just so random. It's just so random. Why, Karen? Who's this guy? Judge Rinder. Yeah, she does. She's still killing it, man. Judge Judy's a boss.